Hello everyone, ReeferGil here, bringing you an update on the livestock inside my 75-gallon saltwater reef tank. Now that I'm getting a little bit more comfortable in maintaining the SPS corals in this reef tank and keeping their colors, I want to start making room for some of the more sensitive type of corals. You see I have 4 frags over to the left here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And those are the corals I want to make room for. So what I was going to do is remove this coral here. He's got green polyps and brown base. This green millie back here I'm going to remove. I'm thinking about removing this green wild-caught SPS here. When I first got him, it was just this piece right here. And since I've had him, all this area right here has grown out. And then I'm going to remove this green acro here. He's been in the tank since forever. But he's really not doing anything. And then I'm going to remove kind of this burgundy looking stylo down at the bottom. And also remove this orange setosa down here. These are the 4 new frags that I bought, and I hope they do very well in the system. But back here, this one's going to be a limonade SPS coral. This one here is going to be a Tierra de Fuego. The little guy right here, that's a red dragon. And then the big guy here is a stubber stag in the front. I'll show you guys pictures on the internet of these guys when they grow out fully. I'm not sure if these pictures have been edited to enhance their colors, but you get an idea of what these corals will look like once they're grown out. This one's going to be the stubber stag, the red dragon, the Tierra de Fuego. And then I'm not sure about this last one, the limonade. There's different types of limonades, and because I have a frag, it's really hard to tell which one I have, but it looks like it might be something like this. So we'll have to see once these frags grow out. Hopefully I won't be disappointed, but only time will tell right now. Start off with the corals on the left side of the tank. Here I have a green bird's nest. It's a stylo bird's nest, and right below it, it dropped a branch a while ago. I showed you guys in a past video, but I just want to show you the growth of that right now. Right next to it is either a green chalice or a Monty that's growing very, very nicely and encrusting there. That's the brown with green polyps that I'm going to get rid of. The green millie I'm getting rid of. I'm keeping this guy. He's kind of a stylo-ish coral himself. And then back here, this coral is continuing to do very, very well. He's green, purple, and blue. Unfortunately, the blue lights is not capturing his colors, but he's really cool. Orange stylo here. That's the large wild-caught acro I'm getting rid of. Kind of a bird's nest stylo here, doing very well. My blue tort. Another SPS coral here is encrusting on this rock on the side of it, looking very, very nicely. Another green SPS here. He did have purple tips, but the purple's kind of gone, so I'm keeping an eye on him. A blue acro here, a green acro here. You can see it's lost its color on this trunk here. That's because these mushrooms were growing into them and stinging them. A burgundy stylo with like a green trunk. Very nice looking coral here. This is a blue tort. Let's see if I can capture the blue. But he's doing very well. Strawberry shortcake right above him, still encrusting on all the rocks. My military green SPS coral. Very cool coral here. Sunset coral, you can see the growth there. This stylo is going to be gone. Another SPS here. I'm hoping that the trunk starts turning to green, not the trunk but the polyps. And then this was my purple stylo here, where it was once growing, and I removed it, and it left a little bit of the stylo left behind, and now that's growing out on its own. My meteor shower, you can see it's growing on the rock next to it. Orange setosa, I'll keep that guy there. My green mushrooms, and you can see they're getting stung at the bottom because my green frog spawn is just a beast. He's just growing and growing. You can see that the purple stylo that I have in the center here is getting stung, and then you can see the size of that purple stylo. He was a couple of fingers when I first bought him, and I needed to move him because he was getting way too big for the tank. Eventually I'll frag him and send it back to my LFS. My toadstool is doing very well. He went from a brown to this yellow color. And then the orange cap and green cap Monty are doing very well, growing into each other. I'm fragging him constantly, the red one, and getting actually pretty good credit for my LFS for him. The clams are doing phenomenal, especially this guy I'm most proud of because he was for free from the LFS because he looked like he was gonna die. He doesn't have the appendage that attaches himself to a rock, so that's why he's in this little PVC area to keep him upright. My blue zoes and the rest of my zoe garden here. My vivid rainbow polyps. A couple more zoes up on top in the corner. My rose bubble tip anemone, not so ugly anymore, but both of them are doing very, very well. Go on the side here. Here we have my Duncan coral, growing more heads and getting bigger. And then I have this little frag, forgot what it's called. He's doing very well back here. And that'll do it for the SPS corals. We'll go ahead and do a top to bottom view real quick and then move on to the fish. Not too sure how well this is going to turn out. Just kind of doing an experiment right now. Let's just go over the top over here. Take a quick look from the top to the bottom. Okay, now we're on the other side of the tank. Quick shot of a blue-legged hermit crab. My hermit crab and cleanup crew in general is starting to diminish, so I'm going to go ahead and place a large order for cleanup crew members. It's recommended to replace them every few months just because they do die off on their own. And then my orange Recordia is doing a great job growing. It is split several times and it is starting to interfere with my Dandro here, so I got to keep an eye on this Recordia, because if it continues to split upwards, it's going to start interfering with the SPS above it. Quick shot of a barnacle blenny, if these cleanup crew members move out of the way. He's laying on the rock right here. Very cool little fish. I have two of them, and they just, when you feed them, they just fly after the food and go right back onto the rock. They're really neat to watch. As far as the other fish go, they're all doing very well. They're all nice and fat. Quick shot of the prize fish I have, my purple tang, alongside with the Melanaris wrasse. And then all the other fish are kind of hiding, but they are all in my previous updates. I'm not going to go over each fish one by one because they're all the same and haven't really changed. I did want to go over my corals just to show you guys the coral growth since the last update and show you guys the new corals I plan to place on the rock. The maroon mushrooms, I thought this was a great place for them to grow because it's on the side of the rock here and wouldn't be in the way of anything, but these things are like weeds. They grew so fast and they're growing upwards towards the SPS corals. I didn't think there would be a big deal as far as being aggressive towards the SPS corals, but you can ask this little acro here where he lost the green color because he was covered with a couple of the maroon mushrooms. So I am going to go ahead and start trying to remove these guys, or at least control them a little bit, so that they don't interfere with the growth of the SPS corals above and take over these rocks. One of the biggest regrets I have is introducing this pistol shrimp in the tank. You see how big he is? What he does is go underneath the rock, he'll dig tunnels, and he'll bring sand out, and ultimately what he ends up doing is burying my clams and burying parts of my zoe garden. He's all over the place in the tank. He's not just in one little cave. He'll make this cave and he'll go somewhere else. He's very difficult to get out of the system, but you can just see him going to work here, and in a little while I'll go in and flatten out all that sand so it doesn't end up going into my zoogarden or into my clams. But again, if you have any coral on your sand bed, I would discourage you from purchasing a pistol shrimp. That was a quick update. I wanted to shorten it down from the previous update videos that I've done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any comments or suggestions, leave them down below. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscription button. Thanks for watching, guys.